Yesterday, I asked the question about who created the first civilization, man, and I got some very good answers, man. One person said it was angels and demons, which was a good one, and another person said it was the energy and the darkness. Very good answers, man. And this is something that a lot of us, man, we're not talking about, but it's something that needs to be talked about for us to go on to the next level. So, you know how I say it. Ayo, peace, peace. This is your man, El Judge, coming right back at you with some of that real talk, real fast, man. Hopefully, now, man, let's continue on to this here because the energy, what created the first civilization are these beings that we call the Etherians. Now, where did the Etherians come from? The Etherians come from the divine intelligence. How did they come into existence within the divine intelligence? Because the divine intelligence is the all of the all. Being that there were energies that knew how to organize themselves and separate themselves within the all. So they're still part of the all, but they are of a working mechanism within the all. And this etheric energy, which is what I would call the divine intelligence, it can manifest itself in something smaller than you can even imagine, and it can manifest itself in something larger than you can ever imagine, because it is part of the divine intelligence. It can do anything. It can appear in many dimensions at the same time. It just is what it is. But these beings who know who organized themselves and made themselves a, a, a thinking energy, a divine thinking energy within the divine thinking source. These doggone beings, we refer to them as angels. You can call it your soul. People call them jinns. People call them gods. People call them, they go by many names, but in all actuality, they're just part of the divine intelligence. They're a mechanism of the divine intelligence, put it that way. Those beings, as time went by, they are the ones who created the first civilizations. Because the same thing that happened here on this earth, where the Etherians, some of them decided to take on human form, they did this all over the galaxies. They did this all over the universe. Sometimes, see, we think of ourselves as being the blueprint of all life, but there's other life out there. There's other life, like you may have people who are purple with antennas coming out of their head, and that's the energy that's the form that the divine intelligence chose to take on. But see, the divine intelligence has said, you know what? Well, I'm becoming a little bit more solid, so I have to build a kingdom. So what they would do was they built kingdoms that was a little less dense than them. They created the first civilizations everywhere. Everywhere. Whenever you hear these stories about, oh, it was the Sumerians, oh, it was the Moors, oh, it was the Anunnaki. Whenever you hear those are stories that keep you from talking about the cities of angels that we had everywhere. And see, not only were they the first ones who built civilizations, they had the oldest range of building civilizations. Because when you see those great Tartarian buildings, the architects were vibrating, they were vibing with the energy within. So although they had a physical body, it was still the divine intelligence that gave them the ability to become the architect and to design those buildings the way how they were supposed to be designed. So it wasn't a people. I want to say that we are emulating what they did. However, we are them. Like I say, anyone who has a soul within them, that soul that dwells, that divine intelligence that dwells inside of you, that is the Etherian. This flesh part of you, this is like a callus that grew on top of it. Because these etheric beings, they were heavily magnetic. So they can draw in whatever elements they want. See, in some creations, you have certain beings. Oh, now I got to go by what I was taught. The first type of beings were carbonated beings within the darkness. How they exist, I truly do not know. But the early story that I was told is that there were cosmic spheres that spun and drew in the cosmic dust. There were spirit energy forces that spun. It drew in the cosmic dust, and it became these spheres, and we call them planets today. And they said that they were thinking entities, and then some of them became suns. So you got the Holy Mother or the Holy Matter, and it gave birth onto these cosmic spheres that became planets, but then some of them birthed as suns, bringing forth the light. Listen to what I'm saying. If you are one who has light in you, and you are bringing forth the light from the Holy Mother, or what you would call Ma, you are Ma's son. You bringing forth the light. You are Ma's son. My son. Ma's son. May son. You are a light bearer. Not son as in child. I'm talking about son as in light. Anyway, this is 6 minutes. This is your man, L. Judge, man. Remember, it was the Etherians who created the first civilization. And then, like I said, they created civilization that was a little less dense than them. So you have crystal cities up under the star, up under the earth. You have whole crystal cities. You have cities of that are that you cannot see, but they can see, because it still exists in etheric form. You have cities of gold. They was doing whatever they wanted. They did whatever they want, however they wanted to do it, because those Etherians, there is no good and bad when it comes to them. It's just, things just are. And they do what needs to be done to get the job done. Now I'm out.